My name is Laura Albrecht, and today I'm going to discuss with you why you need a wellness program. So, what are the problems arising today that would lead companies to create wellness programs? Let's take a look. One of the issues is healthcare costs. They're rising and they're only going to continue to rise. Through my research, I found that $2.6 trillion in 2010 was spent on health expenditures. So why is it becoming such a high cost for companies? Well, one of the major contributing factors was chronic disease. 75% of that $2.6 trillion spent on health expenditures was spent on chronic disease. So why are so many Americans developing chronic diseases and illnesses? Well, let's look at the facts. Americans are so much more overweight and obese. 1/3 of the typical American diet comes from junk food. Not to mention, the percent of adults aged 20 and older who are overweight and including obesity is 69.2% as of 2010. 69.2%. That's a high percentage. So why are so many people becoming overweight and obese? Well, there's been a decrease in physical activity. It is said and estimated that Americans spend 9 times as many minutes watching TV and movies as they do participating in sports, exercise, and all other leisure time physical activities combined. Fewer than 2 in 10 Americans get the recommended level of exercise, and more than 1/4 of U.S. adults do not devote any time for physical activity. What else is a problem? Unhealthy lifestyles and unhealthy habits. Many people don't know that 21% of Americans still continue to smoke today. Smoking affects and harms almost every major organ in your body and is linked to so many serious illnesses and cancers. What else is contributing to unhealthy and unhappy employees? Workplace stress. Stress in the workplace doesn't come as a surprise to anyone. But did you know that 51% of Americans say that they are less productive due to stress? 52% said they made a huge decision regarding their career, such as declining a promotion or looking for a new job elsewhere due to workplace stress. And it is estimated that the costs of stress on a U.S. industry is more than $300 billion a year. And that's due to absenteeism, turnover, diminished productivity, and legal, medical, and insurance costs. Sickness. More people are unhealthy. They're not exercising, they're not eating right, they develop unhealthy habits. So more people are getting sick. It is said and estimated that a company spends $602 per year per employee due to the direct costs from sick time. And that does not include indirect costs such as lost productivity, lost sales, lower morale, and then not to mention the costs for either hiring temporary employees to do that person's job or paying someone else overtime to take on those duties. So we know the major issues in the workforce today. We know the problems resulting from that, such as lost money, lost productivity, lost sales, absenteeism, sick days, high healthcare costs because more people are unhealthy and going to the doctor. So what's the solution? The solution could be a wellness program. Now, there are so many different components that can make up a wellness program. Each wellness program is going to be tailored to fit your specific company. So let's look at the different components that make up other people's wellness programs. Health screenings, flu shots and flu vaccinations, health fairs, health coaching, On-site seminars. Seminars can include anything from managing stress, managing a disease, coping with sickness, work-life balance, all of these different things on-site seminars. Wellness challenges can be competitions among your workplace to get people to participate, to see who can lose the most weight, who can lose the most body mass index. There can be workshops, there can be fitness classes or discount on gym memberships because you can work with other companies to get your employees discounted rates. Walking groups, getting people physically active on breaks. Smoking cessation classes. You can also incorporate incentives and disincentives. Incentives can be lower premiums, they can be small cash prizes, they could be something as small as a pedometer to encourage employees to be healthy and active. There can also be disincentives, such as higher premiums for those who don't participate in the wellness program. There are so many different components that can make up wellness programs, and they have to be tailored to your exact company. So, we know the problems and the issues facing today's workforce. We know a solution. So, what would be your plan? First, we need to develop an advisory committee. The advisory committee is going to have employees of all different levels and of all different kinds putting forth their input and getting this thing off the ground. Then we need to conduct a needs assessment. A needs assessment is usually comprised of an HRA, a health risk assessment. That is going to tell what your employees need in a wellness program, their health risks, and what they want to see in a health risk or in a wellness program, and how they would participate if you had what. So that's what a health risk assessment is, and that's what we would conduct. Then after we do conduct that assessment, we will know the program components that we should use. So the next would come developing the program, the components of it, the budget, the timeline, if we're going to outsource. All of those things will be gathered. Then we need to communicate to employees what we are bringing forth. We need to get everybody on board so we have the highest participation rate and we can help your bottom line and your employees the most when more people participate. Then we implement the program, and then we evaluate the program. Evaluation is key. We will look at a ROI analysis, a return on investment, see what it does for your bottom line and for your employees. So we've talked about the issues in today's Americans and employees and how that affects your company. We've talked about the plan and the solution of a wellness program. Now, let's look at the expected results. Reduced overall costs. Increased company loyalty. People are happy and healthy. They're loyal to your company. Reduced sick leave. Less people are sick when they're healthy. Improved performance and productivity. Decreased health insurance costs. Reduced absenteeism. People want to come to work. Increased employee retention. People want to stay where they're happy. Improved morale, decreased healthcare costs, and reduced workers' compensation costs. Less people are actually getting hurt because they're fit mentally and physically. So we've discussed the problems, the solution, the plan, the expected results. Now it's up to you. Let's get started.